Walt Disney famously said Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there's imagination left in the world. Imagineers and theme park creatives embrace this idea. Theme parks are not a museum. They're meant to grow, transform, and really change as the years go on. And this sparks the constant discussion among fans. They should change this, they should close that, and they should never get rid of this. Some may believe certain theme park attractions are considered untouchable. They're truly timeless. But some may believe other theme park attractions are on borrowed time. They're dated. But where is this line? What makes some rides timeless and other rides dated? Let's discuss. This is the difference between timeless and dated theme park attractions. At least my take on it. So timeless versus dated. Before throwing out any arguments, let's explore what these two words mean, specifically for theme park rides. A timeless thing is not restricted to a particular time or date. It's timeless. A dated thing is connected to an old-fashioned era. It's dated. For the sake of this conversation and simplicity, theme park rides can be timeless or dated in three major categories: design, theme, and quality. I'll break it down as objectively as possible, but also keep in mind how this is a subjective topic. My views on a certain ride may differ from yours. Anyway, let's jump into our first category. Design is the bare bones of any theme park ride. This is where details like the ride system and technical qualities matter. For example, look at the Steady Omnimover ride system. It got the job done back in the 60s when it was first introduced, and the Endless Chain ride system is still great for new attractions. Rides with an Omnimover system have the foundation of being a timeless attraction. Quite frankly, most ride systems in their simplest form are timeless. The basic functions of many ride types carry over across generations. The technology in rides, however, can get outdated in a hurry. Technology advances so rapidly. Attractions that heavily rely on a type of technology are bound to show their age. For example, the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios is a motion simulator that doesn't feel very fresh. The ride system was technologically advanced in the early 90s when it opened as Back to the Future the Ride, but it has since been retrofitted for a different theme. The technology more than 3 decades later isn't quite as impressive. The ride's technology hasn't aged well, and that technology is a major part of the attraction. Since the ride experience is deeply tied to old technology, it's arguably dated. Manufacturers are constantly pushing the technical boundaries of what rides of all types can do. Technology is always evolving. Some rides get technological upgrades to keep them fresh for years to come. Likewise, established ride systems are rethemed all the time. Just look at the change from Maelstrom to Frozen Ever After. That ride system has been through different iterations. Although it's classic, it does seem timeless. But that shift in theme is what really makes a difference. The creative side is what truly defines an attraction. So, how much does theme matter? Theme is where a lot of attractions stand out or fall flat. A good, timeless theme transcends a specific era. Imagine a theme that could be plopped into any time period. If a theme is so connected to a specific year you can't separate the two, then it probably has a short shelf life. Themes that hone in on the bigger picture of humanity, nature, or evergreen concepts have the potential to be timeless. Peter Pan's Flight has a mostly timeless theme dating back to its opening at Disneyland in 1955. The 5th installation of this ride opened in 2016 at Shanghai Disneyland Park, proving the theme's longevity. It's easy to imagine this story taking place in almost any decade. In fact, the franchise is getting a brand new attraction, with Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure coming to Tokyo DisneySea's Fantasy Springs expansion. Even though the stories are set around in early 20th century London, not to mention the Disney animated film came out in the 1950s, the time period is somewhat irrelevant to the overall theme. That said, the timeless feel-good themes of childhood whimsy have resonated for decades upon decades. The theme taps into the bigger picture. There's also the ongoing theme of Toy Story. It's the perfect setup, capturing the shared innocence and joy of being a kid. The Toy Story franchise has been a timeless one at the box office, and that's how it's turning out in the parks, too. Being shrunk down to the size of a toy never gets old. But it's debatable. Not every Toy Story attraction is exactly timeless. A ride like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin has a heavily 90s arcade aesthetic that feels stuck in yesteryear. But the latest installation of this ride, although greatly improved, opened in 2016 at Shanghai Disneyland Park, so it does carry some recent relevancy similar to the Peter Pan franchise. However, I would argue the cheesy look and clunky gameplay of the older versions are a flashback to a decade long gone. It's very much a product of when it was built. It's very retro in that way. But retro isn't always bad. Retro can be good. Is retro bad or is retro good? Is it timeless or dated? Well, first off, it's subjective. It depends on what we're nostalgic for and what our biases are. There seems to be a fondness for certain aesthetics, like mid-century modern or retrofuturism. These styles have charm and can blend into any decade when done the right way. They're tasteful and are really pleasing to experience, whereas other styles can show their age rather quickly, especially if it's a cheap aesthetic. These are just examples in a world full of possibilities. All that in mind, it's okay for a ride to be unashamedly rooted in the past. Time capsules are valuable for pop culture and a theme park's history, so long as it's being maintained or, better yet, updated from time to time and not completely forgotten. Retro, or any style, can be good or bad, timeless or dated. Really, it all comes down to execution, or quality. So, how important is quality? Quality generally makes an attraction timeless. On a quality attraction, the ride system can be secondary, the theme can be secondary. Yes, those aspects are all valuable in creating something special. You can't really have quality without a good ride system or a good theme/story. But when all combined and done really, really well, that quality is what leaves an impression. That quality is what makes a ride timeless. Quality is what separates attractions with similar ride systems or themes. Quality is what makes attractions more timeless than others. When you refine the ride system, theme, and other elements to meld as an impactful experience, you get a high-quality attraction. Take a look at Radiator Springs Racers versus its Orlando counterpart, Test Track. Radiator Springs Racers at Disney California Adventure uses the same technology as Test Track at Epcot. Test Track as a ride is fine. It's among the more popular attractions at Epcot. However, the difference in quality between that and Radiator Springs Racers is clear. Test Track needs some sort of renovation. It's become dated. And that's not just me saying this. Disney announced Test Track will be reimagined, taking inspiration from the valuable theme of the former World of Motion. So the ride as it currently is has an expiration date. The rides that have stood the test of time have incredible rewritability due to their high quality. A quality story, quality music, quality thrills, or quality visuals. Think of Disney's classic attractions with rich sets. Riders can look in any which direction and discover something of value. This is especially true with sets, effects, or so on that stand the test of time despite advancements in technology. These tried and true methods keep the ride from becoming obsolete. The scenes expand beyond a single focal point and make a lasting impression. That's quality practically brimming out of the show building. This is not the only aspect that makes a high-quality ride, but it sure helps. Dense show scenes are a large part of what makes the Haunted Mansion and other versions like Phantom Manor and Mystic Manor such high-quality rides. Yes, the ride system and theme are incredibly well done, but the overarching quality permeates and has cemented the Haunted Mansion as a timeless Disney attraction. It is aged like fine wine. Rides that age like milk don't always have quite the same level of depth. They may be seen as tacky with old trends from the past and can easily overstay their welcome once the novelty wears off. In the end, it's not about being bland or being bold, it's about pulling it off well. A ride with a lot of pizzazz can be just as good as a ride that excels in simplicity. Even a ride with an analog feel can age just as well as a crisp, high-res ride. Overall, it just has to be quality. How much or how little room for improvement is there? Is there something left to be desired? Is it satisfying the way it is? That all factors into quality, and quality can transcend time. So, what makes an attraction timeless or dated? The truth is, nothing lasts forever. There might not be such a thing as timeless. Rides need to be updated here and there. Some rides certainly age better than others, and some rides feel out of style the second they open. But maybe a ride being dated is what makes it so great. It's tradition. Honestly, a ride is relevant as long as it's operating. That keeps it in the zeitgeist. Maybe it's timeless, maybe it's dated. The fact of the matter is, that ride, whatever it may be, is here for now, so enjoy it for what it is while you can. Where's the line between timeless and dated? I think the answer is, it depends. This has all been only part of the conversation, so weigh in. What does it mean to you for a ride to be timeless or dated? Special thanks to all the Storybook Amusement patrons. Shout out to the producer credits, Parallel Discover, and Nick E. I don't say it sincerely often enough, but really, thank you to every single person in the Patreon, and thank you to every single person watching this right now. Join today at patreon.com/storybookamusement for early access and other perks. Support the channel and grab some theme park inspired hats and tees at storybookamusement.com. This channel is not sponsored, so your support really helps produce videos like this one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Thanks everyone for watching.